What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special, very special edition of a Tuesday night Indie Spotlight. And I'm not even here myself tonight. Brent, you're here with me, man.
Yes, sir. What's happening, man?
What's up, dude? How's it
I'm
going?
just excited to see this game. I'm excited to see this game in action, man. You've been talking about it, and I like the art style that I've seen in the trailers. Now I finally get to see it in action. I'm assuming the title of this game is Brutal, is because it's easy, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, why? It's one of them oxymorons or whatever you call them.
Right.
Yeah. So we've been playing through Brutal a little bit. Comes out next week on the PSN, part of the Play promotion that Sony's running right now. Playing through it for review, which we'll have the full review up on our site pretty soon here. Brent, of course, are here on behalf of Short Pause. It's the rad website that we run, www.shortpause.com. So we're gonna play through Brutal here for everybody to get kind of a first-hand look at it, see what it's all about. Basically, Brutal is like a dungeon crawling roguelike with this really cool black and white art style that's highlighted by various neon colors. I've been having fun with it so far. I think it's a really cool game. So we'll give it a whirl tonight, see what it's all about for everybody else out there. It's developed by the fine people at Stormcloud Games. You can follow those guys on Twitter at Stormcloud Games. I'm Ben, of course, Piccolo930 on PSN and Twitter. Brent, you're on Twitter at TheDude1979.
Yes, sir.
Our website is on there at The Short Pause. Follow us on there as well. Also, if you're not listening to our podcast, what the hell's wrong with you? Short
Man,
Pause.
what is the matter with you?
Yeah, Short Pause Gaming Podcast. It's on iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio. So get it on the podcast service of your choice. Now that we got the formalities out of the way, Brent, let's hop into this, see what it's all about. Anything on your mind before I hop in there? Any like lingering questions before you see Brutal for the first time?
Well, I guess, I'm curious, what type of game is it? Is this like do you play through a story, or is this a procedurally generated game? Like, what can we expect from Brutal?
Yeah, no story. It's a straight just hack and slash dungeon crawler, procedurally generated. The basic gist of it is we're descending through this dungeon. There's 26 different floors, and if you manage to make it to the bottom of the floor, there's some type of a guardian, or like a dungeon guardian, awaiting you. So that's the ultimate goal, is to make it to the bottom of this dungeon. I believe we're trying to retrieve some artifact as well. We'll see what becomes of that. But yeah, it's procedurally generated, so no one playthrough is the same. It's the exact same as the next one. They all vary. Enemy placement, items, all that kind of stuff. So you'll see when we hop in here. Everything look okay on the stream end?
Yeah, we're ready to party, man. Let's
All
check
right.
it out.
There's 4 different classes you can choose from here. Essentially, they're pretty similar, aside from the mage, who has a staff that you can use magic with. But there's the warrior, who I'm going to use in the stream tonight. He's he starts with the most health. He starts the strongest. He also has a pretty wicked special move called the Ground Shaker, which is pretty devastating to enemies. So the Amazon, which is the warrior's like female counterpart, a little less health. From what I've played of her, though, she's a little bit quicker, it seems like. She starts with some different abilities as well. All the characters share kind of a skill tree, so they can all kind of play similarly once all is said and done. But they start differently, so that's important to keep in mind. The Ranger, he's kind of he's made to use a bow and arrow, and he has a decent amount of health and speed. He's kind of a middle of the road guy. He doesn't start with the bow and arrow, though. So you gotta find it and craft it. That's one of the things we'll see in the game here. And like I said, the mage, he's the magic guy, so he plays a little bit differently than all the other guys. Less health, but he has some cool stuff he can do with his staff. Let's hop into the warrior, though. This is it's the guy I'd assume you would pick, Brent. He's just brute force, dude bro kind of guy,
That's my boy.
Right up your alley. So I'm guessing this is the screen that displays before each dungeon. I'm guessing this is the system kind of procedurally generating the level we're about to play. Alright, make our grand entrance here. Now, as I'm going through here, you'll see me kind of destroying everything along the way. This is how you build up XP by breaking things in the environment as well as fighting enemies. Oh, there's a little rat stuck in there. We'll find various keys to help us get through some of the areas in the dungeon here. We have a shield, which we can use both for defense and for offense, a la Captain America. Love the shield throw. Yeah, you want to destroy as much stuff as possible. You just want to keep building up your XP points, keep leveling up your character, because you know you're gonna face some bad guys throughout your travels here.
So most of the environment is destructible, you know, with the exception of the floor, of course.
Yeah. You'll see some bigger structures, like there's this kind of altar type thing here, which we can't destroy. Yeah, most of the other structures are destructible. Then you'll see various things like these blue things right here, those, or this purple thing here. These are basically these are like blue is like electricity in this game. So if I were to hit these things with my shield, they can explode around enemies. But they you don't want to get too close to damage yourself. Purple is arcane. Arcane is another explosive substance that has an ability to like transform enemies. If we're able to get the stuff that we need to craft an arcane weapon, you'll see that. All right, we got loot here. We're gonna get a piece of armor here, and basically you can get a chest plate, gauntlets, a helmet, and boots. That'll help your armor as you go through the dungeons here. And that's depicted on that white bar that's above your red bar is your health there. Above that, there's 4 white bars that equate to the different pieces of armor that you can get. So if you're able to put together a full set, you'll see all 4 of those white boxes filled up. These are breakable, so they have a finite lifespan on them. So you kind of have to constantly refine armor to kind of keep it up on your character. So you're at the mercy of the procedurally generated world in that respect. Now this particular thing right here is really important. This is the altar to the gods. This is where you make an offering to the gods. This is how you get an extra life. Now Brutal's a roguelike game. So once you die, that's it. You're back to the beginning, back to square one. Whatever upgrades, whatever items you found along the way, they're all gone. You're back to the beginning, and you've got to kind of build your way back up. Now this is a way to kind of prolong that, is the offer to the gods. Basically, you take the loot that you find throughout the dungeon, and you're able to put as much or as little as you want on the altar here. Now I've played through Brutal a little bit here, so for the first offering to the gods, if you have anything less than 1,000, from what I've seen, it's not worth it. They'll just reject your offer, you'll lose all your loot, and then you have to kind of try again when you find another altar. So, it seems like they go in like 1,000 point increments. Like the second time you make an offer, you're gonna want to be at least at 2,000. I haven't figured out how much they take for the third offering yet, but I've made it through a couple. It looks like 1,000, 2,000. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the third one's 3,000. Don't shoot the messenger if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, the altar is extremely important because that's the only way you're gonna get an extra chance in this game. And like I said, there's 26 levels in this game. So you can imagine being at level 25 and, you know, you make a mistake, you fall off the edge or something, or an enemy gets you, and you're all the way back to the beginning. That's hours of progress lost. That's not something you want to do.
And it's funny you mentioned that because, you know, you're talking about level 25 meltdown. You had a pretty decent meltdown at level 7, dude.
Yeah, it's like I had a pretty good run going. I made some stupid mistakes. I lost one of my lives by missing a jump, which is just inexcusable in this game.
Now, obviously, this game's got a very beautiful art style, very unique art style.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it'd be too taxing on a PlayStation 4 or a PC. How does the game run? I mean, obviously on Twitch, we're stuck at 30 frames when we stream from the PlayStation 4. But overall, is this running at a higher frame rate? How does it look? I mean, does it run well? Pretty good. Yeah,
that's the first thing you'll notice when you boot up Brutal here. Just an absolutely beautiful game. Buttery smooth frame rate, 60 frames. it runs and plays great. I mean, it really feels good to play. So Stormcloud knocked it out of the park in terms of the way this game handles. It runs perfectly. I haven't run into one single issue yet playing it.
That's good to hear.
That's
really good to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I can only imagine how this game looks at 60 frames. I mean, it's just a very beautiful looking game. I like this combat too, man.
Yeah, it's an extremely beautiful game, and just the fact that it runs like this makes it even better. Now you'll see here, this is a codex. You'll find these throughout the world. This is how you build weapons in this game. So you've got to kind of pick up these different letters that you come across, and when you have the correct letters, you can build the weapons for the books that you found, or the codexes that you found. So we have a codex here for the Battle Saber. You'll notice at the bottom the recipe says GJY. The J is in red. That's the one letter we're missing right now. Once we find a J, we'll be able to craft this weapon, and I'll have a sword now to use in my travels. So there's a whole crafting system to this game. Now you see that Q that I just picked up was a different color there. That's an enchantment letter. So after you build your weapons, you can then enchant them with special abilities. So a blue will put electrical powers on it, red will put fire, green is poison, the purple is the arcane that I was mentioning earlier. So there's different enchantments that you can add to your weapons if you find the right letters. So that kind of adds a little bit of extra depth to the crafting, the weapon crafting. There's a lot.
I think weapon crafting is so important to games like these.
Yeah.
Because it just adds so much more variety, especially in a roguelike game. I mean, that must make it that much tougher when you die. Like, say if you pick up an awesome item or you craft an awesome weapon that you're just kicking ass with left and right, and then you die, through a mistake of your own. That's got to be pretty tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, dude, it's brutal. So that the game is aptly named. You'll see the map screen too here, Brent. You can kind of get an idea of this is what one of these like old school ASCII based like roguelike games might look like. Is this kind of look?
Right.
So it's pretty cool. But this is the map here. This is what you use to kind of get around the different dungeons that you're in. You'll see these plus signs here. These are doors. So this gives you the lay of the land. So you'll be constantly pulling this up to kind of figure out where you're at in the dungeon. There's different paths that you're going to want to go. You can also hit X to see your stats on the dungeon. So you see we've been in this particular one for 6 minutes right now. We've explored 44% of it, killed 4 of the 10 enemies that are here. We found 14 of the 32 items, and then you can see the stats for how many of the letters we've collected as well. So that helps you kind of chart your progress and make sure that you've explored everything before you leave.
Very cool.
So like I said, you want to keep busting this stuff up. You want to get as much loot as possible so that you can make these offers to the gods and get these extra lives for when you come across some of these harder sections. Alright, we got an enemy approaching us here. Brent, you mentioned the combat here. What are you seeing on your end from the combat so far?
It reminds me of a lot of RPGs. You get your counter abilities. You want to, figure out an enemy's move set, what they're doing, how to attack them, how to, avoid their attacks. I mean, some nice RPG elements here in terms of the combat.
Yeah, because the game controls so well and moves so good and is just functions at a high level. The combat is fun. It's there's some basic like hack and slash dungeon crawling elements to it, of course. But it has like dodging and something you might find in like a Dark Souls in terms of avoiding enemies and that kind of stuff. There's different things with the crafting system. There's more to it as you go through the dungeons as well. I know there's legendary weapons. I haven't found any of those yet, and each enemy has kind of a weakness and a way to attack them. So these skeletons that I come across here, it's best to just jump around them and attack from behind. They kind of swing their sword, miss you, and then you can get an easy hit on them. Hopefully we'll be able to find the letters we need to craft a weapon here soon.
Now, I know you mentioned you can dodge when you're in combat. Is it possible to dodge, like to roll off these edges, or is there like an invisible wall there to keep you from going over, or is that can you
Yeah,
dodge?
not here. See these long white lines here. These are edges that you can't go across. You'll
Okay.
see those from the hashtags as well that are around the levels.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things you can't cross, but there will be certain areas where you can fall off the edge. So you have to watch. There's certain like platforming sections that we'll come across. And I'm sure we'll see some of them here. Generally, they're out in areas like this. You can see how there's hashtags along this path here right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sometimes those are not there, and you got to kind of work your way through an area. Now you'll see there it says I'm starving and I need to find food now. So the food meter, I should probably explain what's going on in the top corner of the screen here. So you got your level at the top there. So we're level 1 right now. I explained the shields and armor. That's your white bars there. Underneath that's your health bar. Underneath that is your mana. This is what you use to use magic, or in the case of the warrior, this is what you use his special move, so it looks something like this. So he jumps down on enemies like that. So that consumes mana bars, and those generally, or just gradually, replenish over time. Now underneath that, you'll see the fork and knife there. That's my hunger bar. So once you get hungry, you get more sluggish. Things take longer to replenish, that kind of stuff. So you need to constantly keep your guy fed to keep him in the midst of things here. Now right now I've only got some slices of pizza. This is one of the weaker food items, but I've got 5 of them now, so I can use some of these to kind of consume these and replenish my guy back up. Oh, I did level up too. I forgot to go over here. So this is
I do like how your guy is this badass warrior in this dungeon, and he's got pizza to chow on. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So this is the skill tree here. Now there's quite a bit you can do with this. You need to unlock on the far left column here. There's 4 things that you can unlock. You need to unlock these 4 before you can do the subsequent stuff to the right of it. So you got to unlock 1 here, and then it kind of moves down the line. So how the warrior starts out, he starts with 3 already open in this area here. So you've got his strength, so his hand-to-hand combat is a little bit stronger right out the get-go. His extra special tier, basically he can do more of his special move right out of the gate. And then he has that ground shaker ability, which is that jumping and hitting enemies. This becomes really powerful once you have a hammer. Basically, that's what the special move is for. When you have the hammer, it does massive damage to enemies. So then we've got faster mana recharge, Assassin's Mark, which helps us stealthily kill enemies. I'm going to go with the Craftsman right now. This will allow us to enchant weapons. And then this also, the next tier in this thing, unlocks Vitality, which gives you more health. So that's going to be important as we go along. So we'll do that. Underneath the fork and knife there, you see our XP. We're at 147 of 200. So once we hit 200, we'll hit our next level, get our next skill point, we can unlock our next thing in the skill tree. Underneath that is how much money we have, or loot, so to speak. So, once again, that's what you use to make these offerings to the gods. So you want to keep your eye on that, and when you have enough, you want to, make sure you get back to that altar. Whatever dungeon you're on, find the altar and use it wisely, because it's really important in this game. This is our inventory screen. So we've got our bare fist here. This is, you attach things to the control pad, to the D-pad, and this will allow you to quickly bring things up throughout the journeys here. So we have our fist, nice. we have our torch, which we'll use for darkened areas. Also, we can light it on fire and attack enemies that are weak to fire. Our pizza slice here, we got our arrows, which we'll need to build a bow at some point to use those. Got these potions you build along the way. This is another kind of crafting thing that, and you don't know what these potions do until you try them out. So you can try them out one of 2 ways. You can either drink them or you can throw them at an enemy, and you don't know what's going to happen until you try them. So if you're feeling bold, you can drink. Like I drank one of these green potions before, and it ended up being a poisonous potion, and I died right after I drank it. So that was awesome. So I recommend throwing the potion at first to kind of see what it is before you take a swig on it, unless you're just feeling bold. But
now, if you throw it or drink it, will it then tell you what it does afterwards? Is that like your way of identifying?
Yeah.
It? Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens. Then we have our field guide here, which is kind of our bestiary. Which as you go through, you're gonna get these. Once you come across an enemy, you'll get the top part of the page there. Then there's a missing page that you can find, though, as you go through the dungeons. And the missing pages give you the weaknesses of these enemies. So you see, like, we filled out the Orc page here, and we now know he's weak to the Potion of Inferno and the Potion of Poison. So when we come across him again, we'll know. I've got somebody else's page here, too. The zombie. So we know that they're weak to torches. So lots of cool nuances you learn as you go along in the game here. Let's check where we're at here. Looks like basically we gotta go down here. We have the key now that we can get in here. Alright, this guy's got fire on him, so we'll look out for him. He can set us on fire. Oop. Another key there. Alright, this is a hammer codex here, which equates to a spiked club. This is a pretty powerful weapon once we get it. Got a few more letters we need to collect first, though.
So how many shots can you take before you're in imminent danger from like these smaller enemies that we've come across so far?
These beginning guys are pretty weak, so you can take quite a few hits from these guys before you're in danger. We got some boots here. So you'll notice we get another bar of armor up there. That helps in terms of taking damage from the enemies, definitely. So that makes these weaker guys even weaker.
Nice.
One of the nice things about Brutal is the way it scales. It's designed very well in that respect. The beginning of the game kind of eases you into it. Nothing's too terribly difficult, but the further and further you get into the dungeon, the more difficult the enemies get, the more difficult the dungeons get to traverse, the more elaborate they get. So the game ramps up nicely. It has a nice progression to it, which is always a sign of good design. So nothing we do here in these first few floors are going to be terribly difficult. But see, we just leveled up there. Let's move over here and increase our vitality. I wish we could find this letter and craft a weapon here.
I just can't get over this art style. I mean, this is just such a pretty looking game, man. I mean, it's just like I said, you know, seeing it on Twitch, I don't think it does the game any justice.
Yeah.
Because you know you're seeing half the frame rate. I mean, this just looks like a gorgeous game.
Yeah.
And it's just one of the things that stood out to me the most when we first saw the trailer. Was like, this just looks so cool. I mean, this is not your typical, you know, high-end effects. I mean, this is just almost as simple as it gets, but just beautifully done.
Yeah, I love the look of it, and the way they highlight it with the neon colors.
Yes.
Is really cool. So the way the fire stands out, the way the poison does, it really is just a beautiful game. I can't wait till you get to see it at the its native 60 frames and 1080p. Man, it looks awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Like you said, the way the colors pop off the screen, it's almost like Sin City. You know, most a black and white movie, but you got the certain colors that pop off the screen. These are neon colors. I mean, these are really going to pop off the screen, and it just seems like it'd be one of those games where you could just you never get tired of looking at it. And I don't mean to say it's simple looking. Like this game was a breeze to put together. I'm sure it was very difficult. It's just in terms compared to graphics we see from other games like the Uncharted's of the worlds or Quantum Breaks of the world. These visually striking games. You know, this is very minimal compared to that, but still very beautiful game.
Yeah, it's super stylish. You know, it's very nuanced. It's got its own look. There's nothing else out there that I can think of looks like this. So we made it through the first dungeon here. So you'll see our stats there. 12 minutes. We explored it 100%. We killed everything, found all the items and all the letters. So good first dungeon there. Let's move on to the next floor.
Is there a platinum trophy on this game, Ben?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
I was going to say, if there's 26 levels and it's as difficult as there better be a platinum waiting for us.
Although I'm not 100% sure because I can't see the trophy list yet. I can earn them, but because the game's not out yet, I cannot see them. I'm assuming there's a platinum. This because I've got quite a few trophies already, and I know there's a lot more to this game that I haven't explored yet. So. Alright. Let's see which way we want to go here. Let's go this way first. Oh, we got a big orc coming for us here.
He's got some moves.
Yeah, he's got this shield that we've got to kind of get out of the way. There we go. Yeah, those orcs are powerful.
I'm sorry, did you just do a move where you slid underneath him?
Yeah.
It's
different,
awesome.
Yeah, different dodge animations for some of the enemies, and the orc dodge, you slide right underneath his legs to get around his shield, get to the other side. I thought that was awesome too.
The guy's hungry.
He is hungry. Let's see. Oh, there's a D. Let's see, what do we got here? Still just rocking the pizza, man. I've been very stingy with the food so far on this run. One of the guys.
Like, what's the next level up? Like, what's the next thing up? Like chili dogs or cheeseburgers or?
It's actually it's raw fish. And then from there,
pizza.
Yeah, and then from there you move into like the turkey leg. That's like the ultimate
that's not bad.
food item that I've found so far. Got another altar here.
With that.
Got another altar here. Still not enough though. Only 600. So if I get enough before we get out of this dungeon, I'm gonna come back to this room. It'd be nice to have an extra live under my belt early. Alright, let's get into an area we can maneuver here. These guys got shields too. Yeah, I love the blood effects, like striking in the black and white. See, I just picked up a turkey leg there finally. Get some decent food next time we're hungry. See, it says I can. Oh, it says I can brew a potion now. Let's see what I can make. Once again, you don't know what these potions do, so you just gotta kind of pick one and then give it a whirl at some point. Let's craft a light blue one.
So even if you craft one, that doesn't tell you.
No, you've got to use it first before you figure out what's going on with it.
And then here's my follow-up question: if you do brew a light blue potion here, and you don't know what it does, and then you use it and you find out what it does, will it be the same on your next playthrough with a light blue? Like, would you want to write it down? Light blue is a heal, and then the next time you play, well, is that how it works, or
that's what I'm not sure.
All potions.
I haven't tried that yet. We'll try it here. Like, I know the green one is a poisonous one, so let's give this one a whirl. We'll assign that there.
Boy, they're not really hiding the effects of that one, are they? Green poison? No way.
I'm gonna assume. We'll throw this at somebody and see if it's still poison. Oh, see, it's rage. Oh no, we've all gone crazy. Oh man, I can't get out of here. I was raging. Jeez. Okay, so that answers your question. No, they are not always the same.
I'm raging. That's awesome.
Jeez.
Goes nuts.
This guy's down here. He's gonna get killed by the spikes. Another page for the bestiary here. Sweet.
Dude, that's too funny. That was too funny. Instead of poison, just straight rage.
Yeah.
So there you go. The potions are procedurally generated as well.
There we go. We found out live. There we go. A little special move action there.
These characters, like that blue guy, I bet you he just looks awesome on your screen. Like I said, Twitch does not do this game, and most games any justice, for that matter. But
Yeah.
I can just imagine how this game must look on like a high-def display, 1080p.
Yeah.
Running smooth as all hell. It's got to be just a striking game. I'm very jealous that you get to play this a week before launch, but I've got mine pre-ordered. $11.99 on the PlayStation Store right now.
Yeah.
Pre-order. It's part of the Play program. If you grab 2 or more games, you get a 20% off promo code for the PlayStation Store that you'll receive. Like I believe it's a month later normally.
Yeah. Yeah, and so far, I mean, Abzu came out today. Reviews are spectacular on that game. Headlander came out last week. Great reviews. Brutal. I'm playing it, so I know this game's cool. So once again, another stellar play promotion for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, Frankie streamed Abzu last night, and that game just looks beautiful. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Austin Wintry, I watched about 5 minutes of Frankie's stream, and I was like, okay, you know what? I got to get the soundtrack. Went on iTunes, picked it up. $5.99 for a 20-plus track soundtrack. So
Nice.
Definitely worth a look. Nice price. Austin Wintry kills it, and sounds like the music here is pretty damn good too.
Yeah, it's pretty Viking-like and warrior-like. It's pretty epic.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, these purple guys look really cool.
One of the things I hope the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One will be able to do down the road is stream at 60 frames. Because, like I said, it's awesome that you can stream these games, for everyone to see. But like I said, from the systems themselves, you're restricted to 30 frames, and for me, I think frame rate makes a world of a difference in a game, especially in something like this. I can just imagine how much better it looks at 60 frames, and that's one thing I'm hoping we see from maybe these newer consoles, the Scorpio and on the Neo. Maybe we'll see a better processor that can handle 60 frame output when streaming. I think it'd be great because I have a feeling that this game doesn't look nearly as good as it does, right now as it would in person.
Yeah, it's it really is a spectacular looking game, and I was gonna mention that same thing, Brent. That by all accounts, one of the rumors we've heard about these new consoles is the ability to stream at 60 frames a second. So it could be in our future here once these upgraded consoles. Man, I still have not found a weapon.
Or you're just using your fist right
now,
now,
I'm just barefisting. Let me just make sure I didn't. Oh, see, I do have the letters to. Totally not paying attention. Jeez.
He just wants to make it more brutal than it needs to be. I get it. I see what you're doing, man. You're trying to be a badass like the game tries to be. I get it.
So you see, all these weapons are like made of the letters you pick up, which is pretty cool. So we'll craft the sword here, and then let's see if we've got any enchantments we can add to this one too. Oh. I don't think we've got.
I saw you pick one up.
I picked some up, but this one takes a Y. If you'll notice there, how the Y is highlighted on the sword there. So if I have a Y from any of the different elements, I would be able to enchant this weapon. You can enchant it with different things too. So you can have a fire one, you can have an ice one. You can do all the different ones on there. Okay, so we've got that. We've also got the spiked club we can create as well. We'll put this together. Let's see if we have any enchantments for this one. This one takes an L. Oh, nothing. Alright, we're going to assign these now. Put that one there. Put this one. Now, the saber does 20 damage. The spiked club does 25, though, so it's a little bit more powerful. So we'll roll with the spiked club for the time being. Not as fast as the saber. You gotta look out for these guys. These are exploders. Ah. Darn. Poison exploders. Those are fun.
We got these turrets around you as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a blast.
Some gauntlets there. Oh.
So the poisoning effect is only temporary. It's not
Yeah.
where you have to heal the poison like
No.
in most RPGs. You know, if you're injured with poison, it just constantly takes down your health. So this one, it wears off.
Yeah, it's a temporary effect. It will wear down your health. The other important thing about the hammer class, which this club I'm using is in, and the axe class, is they can open up secret rooms. So when you pull up your map here and you pull up your stats, sometimes you'll see on here it'll say secret room, 0 of 1 or 0 of 2 or something like that. You'll know somewhere in that dungeon there's a secret room, and you can only open those secret rooms by using an axe or a hammer. So keep that in mind as well. Alright, let's see, where are we at here? So we've done this, pretty complete. Let's keep working our way up here. Almost to the end of this level. Where are these archers? Leveled up too.
That spiked weapon you're using just looks awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked. Now, this tree here too is important. Whenever you see these, you can hit it 3 times and it will replenish 40 hit points every time you pluck one of these apples out of it, basically.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's one of the only ways you can get health in this game besides food. So when you come across those trees, use them wisely. If you have all your health and you know you're early on in the dungeon, you know, maybe save it and come back to it later if you need it. We're towards the end of this dungeon, so I'll just knock it out right now, grab the health, and then we can finish off this dungeon here. More pizza, blue N, red A. And when you see this square thing, that's the end of the dungeon there. That's the thing you go into to descend to the next level. We'll finish knocking this out. The next altar we come to, after we get this loot here, will be good to... I would go back to the one, but it's way at the beginning of this dungeon, so we'll just try to use the next altar in the next dungeon. 2 dungeons now, Brent. 100%
yes,
on each
only,
one.
24 to go.
24 more to go.
And now you can save where you leave off. Like, say if you come here and you're like, okay, I'm done with this dungeon. I want to take a break because I want to pull my hair out. I'm stressing. I'm on dungeon 25, and I've been playing for 7 hours straight. I want to take a break. You can save it wherever and then come back and continue, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Which is a feature I'm glad they added to this game. You know, and it's one of the things that makes this different from the roguelike perspective. You know, a lot of those games you sit down and you can play through them in an hour or two. You know, you can make your way through the entire gauntlet of the game. You know, most of them are procedurally generated, and obviously you can play through it again and get a different experience. But you know, most of those games you can just sit down and play through in one playthrough. Brutal. If you seek out all the rooms in here, you find all the items, which is imperative to your success in this game. You know, if you go through that and do that, it's gonna take you a while.
Right.
By the time you get to that 26th dungeon, I mean, you could be hours and hours into this game, which is a scary proposition because. Cause I tell you, man, if I get down to the bottom of this dungeon and I die or do something stupid, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I think that's cool about this game. It makes you play safe. It makes you play smart. You don't want to half-ass anything, you know. And that's imperative that you take breaks because it looks like it's a very difficult game. It's a stressful game at times, and you're gonna want to take that break and step away for a second. I mean, I know right now just by watching this, I'm not gonna want to play for 8 hours straight because by the time I get to if I hit the teens, I'm gonna be like, man, do I keep pressing on or do I take a break? Because I mean, I'm feeling shaky. I'm getting tired. I mean, you're going to really want to take a break. And I did get, you know, if it takes as long as I think it's going to take to actually beat this game, that's just going to make it that much more rewarding. Like you said, you can play some of these other roguelike games and you can get through them in, you know, a couple hours. Whereas this, you're sinking in a lot of time. And if you die, you're done. It's not like playing The Witcher for, you know, 7 months and, then, you know, and die. And you die in The Witcher and you come back. This, if you spend a lot of time and you die because you weren't prepared or you made a mistake or you were rushing before work, it's the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah. It's, as the game says, brutal.
Yeah, lives up to it.
If you notice there, we opened this door. It was a fire door. We had our torch here, which we've lit on fire. We're gonna fight these zombies. This is the only thing they're weak to. The only thing you can kill them with is fire. Your torch will eventually burn out, so you've got to constantly light it by striking some of these items that have some of these torches that are lit up around the game.
Oh, okay. Now, I know you said you could craft weapons. Can you craft different types of armor?
Nope. The armor you just find throughout the dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I'm sure it's possible that you could craft some armor later, and maybe in some of the deeper dungeons. But from what I've come across, no crafting of the armor so far.
Gotcha.
All right. If you'll notice there, Brent, I made an offering to the gods there a little while back. They accepted it. It was over 1,000 loot, as I was saying. And so I have an extra life now. So if I die, I'll come right back and pick up where I left off, which is very nice.
I tell you what, the way you're hopping over from ledge to ledge over those little pits, I'd be sweating. My hands would be sweating, dude. I have terrible... I am terrible at trying to land those types of jumps from the angle that you play this game.
Yeah.
And I see you hopping over to bust open that chest a little bit ago, and I'm just like, I would have fallen.
Man.
I would have fallen. I would have been like, oh, I get all jittery with those jumps.
Yeah, and I've done that a few times and messed up a good run because I leapt into a pit like an idiot. And we'll come across them eventually here. Some of these jumps where you can actually die. Like right now, I can jump around in this room with those those white lines and the hashtags here. These blocking me, so I can't go over the edge here. So I can jump around here as much as I want. We're gonna get to a platforming section though that's not gonna be like that, and you'll see. Another sword that we can. Oh, somebody's coming. Short work of those guys. Got the key. There's a parry system in this game too that I haven't quite mastered yet. Where
is there?
Yeah, when you you can block with your shield by holding L2 like that. But you still take a little bit of damage when blocking. If you push forward at the right moment, though, when somebody's attacking you, that will do like a perfect block, so to speak, and you won't take any damage.
Does that leave them open for a counterattack as well? Like, can you get a quick shot in? That doesn't
I don't know. I haven't really mastered it yet, so it's possible.
Well, after watching you play Salt and Sanctuary, I'm not holding out hope to see your parrying skills tonight.
Yeah, remember that disaster? That was terrible.
Girls, if you're watching this stream, head over to our channel, go to the Thursday Night Indie Spotlights playlist, and just find Salt and Sanctuary, and watch how not to play that game from the get. Of course, Boyce got better as he played along, but man, early on the parry was
not by much. I tell you,
every sense of the word.
I didn't get much better. That's for sure.
That was a brutal game, but
3 different pathways to go here. Oh man, exploders! Whew. Now see, that was an arcane explosion. You'll see in the top corner there, it says transfigured your enemy. So whatever that guy blew up, it changed the enemy into something else. I'm not sure who they came in contact with. And arcane magic can either make you stronger or it can make you weaker. So you never know when you use it on one of these enemies. It could turn them into one of those centipedes like that, or it could turn them into a bigger dude with more power. So you've got to be careful with that.
Man, just an unforgiving game. Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, I can craft a new weapon. Let's see, what can we make now? New sword. It's a stronger sword. The Orcish broadsword.
That sounds badass. I would make it.
Yeah.
I would use that.
No enchantments available for it. We'll put that there though. This other sword is much quicker. This one does a little bit more damage though. Now, from what I've seen in this game so far, it seems like... Oh, I can enchant the weapon now. From what it seems like, oh, I can do freezing and poison on this one. From what it seems like, from what I've played though, it's better to do more damage.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll enchant this weapon with both poison and freezing, and we can choose which variation of it we want to use at any given time.
Oh, so you can switch back and forth between the... oh, man, that's great.
We can choose which one we want to put on here. So you've got the standard one, the freezing one, or the poison one. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Let's put the frozen one on here. Roll with that. Lots of items in here. Oh. Note to self, don't jump in the lava. Alright. This is the end of the level, but if we pull the map up here, you see we've only done 73%. There's still some items and some enemies left. So we're gonna run back to this area over here. Man, is my health that low? Jeez.
Your health is really low.
What hit me to get me so low? Did the lava take off that much?
You fell in a couple lava pits early on when you were taking out... You had those archers that were 3 in a row in the lava, and I was watching your health just deplete quickly.
Yeah, that's brutal. I'm gonna eat a couple slices of pizza here. Just gain a little bit back. Hopefully I can find some...
Be hoarding that. Oh, you got a turkey leg too in there?
No, this is actually the first level I've played with lava in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Man. Let me out.
Oh, no, you're frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, those archers. Nice big pain in the keister.
I'd target those frozen archers before anybody if I want to do a room, dude.
Yeah. Man, I'm hoping I can find one of those trees around here.
Is there one in every level? Or
no,
is it just,
I don't think so. Oh, there's a tree. There's a tree up here. Hell yeah. Whew. There's a lifesaver there.
You're good now.
I don't think there's a tree in every level. There might be. Yeah, I could be mistaken on that, but I don't believe there's one in every level. Now the floor right here has fire on it, so you gotta tread carefully over here. Oh. Oh.
So like the minute you start walking on that stuff, you burn. If you jump, are you okay, or how does that work?
Yeah, basically the minute you touch it, it's like you just get burned. I haven't figured out if there's a way to avoid those. There's different floors throughout the game. Like you have poison floor that'll poison you. You have the fire floors. So I haven't figured out a way to get past those yet. I'm sure there's probably some way to avoid them, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Actually, I'm gonna bet based on what we've seen so far at this game. No, there's no way around it. You're going to get hurt. So
you'll just.
This game's not going to help you out in any way.
You just gotta grin and bear it.
Pretty much.
Alright, we leveled up here. We got another skill point.
Yeah.
We're gonna increase our backpack. That helps with all the. Oh, apparently I didn't use my other skill point either. Let's unlock faster mana recharge. Alright. I'm back over this thing now. down here, right? Yeah. Okay, so we've completed all the rooms in this dungeon. This will take us down to the 4th level. Alright. 3 in the books,
I'm
Brent.
just excited to play this game. I'm just excited to play this game, man. Like, I hate you right now.
Now, you're gonna like this game, man. Man, how cool would this be on the Vita, too?
Oh, jeez.
Just one of
Now,
those dungeon
I wanna
crawlers
ask
you can
you
carry around with you?
Oh, God. I mean, this would be a perfect game for the Vita. Now, I understand that this game has co-op play, but it's local only, correct?
Yeah, local only. Which, thankfully, the PlayStation has the share play feature.
Right.
We'll try that out as soon as possible. I know we tried to give it a whirl. It wasn't a feature we could use yet until the game's out.
Now, what we'll do is we'll try streaming that maybe next week when it comes out. I'll pick it up and then I'll stream it from onto the laptop, and then we'll get that out at 60 frames. We'll get the cooperative play. We'll get all that stuff so you guys and girls can see this game in its full beauty with some co-op action. It is local co-op only. Did they mention if there was any plans or is this just what they're sticking to right now, and with the possibility of online co-op later on?
I haven't heard anything one way or the other. That's something we'll have to wait to hear from them. I'd imagine they want to get, they want to get online co-op at some point. Probably just depends on how the game does for them.
Right. Well, like you said, they got PlayStation shares available on PS4, and you can join a friend's stream or join their game and play it cooperatively.
Yeah. Those things spew poison, of course. Man, these archers are a pain in the ass. I mean, they pull back and fire quickly.
Yeah, it looks like you have very little time when they pull back, but you have very little time to maneuver.
Yeah, that's one thing I've got to work on this game is my defensive maneuvers.
Yeah, I was going to call those out, but I'm glad you addressed them early on.
There's a tree. Another timely tree for us.
Does the warrior have any ranged weaponry other than that little boomerang thing? I mean, is that the...
Oh, he will come across a bow and arrow.
Okay.
So, there's a codex in the dungeon for a bow and arrow. We don't know when it's going to pop up.
I meant like for a quick attack to complement your sword. Like if you're you got your sword, but then you quick throw like that. What's that item that you have that you were throwing that can kind of come back?
That's my shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can throw my shield, but I also use it for defensive purposes as well. Yeah. There are these wands you can find as well, which give you projectile attacks along the way. Let's see if I can get rid of this thing. There we go.
Looks like you can enchant a weapon now too.
Oh, I can. Let's see what we got here. My orcish broadsword.
Too.
Can enchant our orcish broadsword here. Very nice. Let's see, where do we want to put this? Put that over there. Let's see, can we enchant this club yet? Nope. Alright. Oh no. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, I'm hungry too. And I'm just stocking up on the pizza. Alright, we'll get our shield back here. We actually need to hit that thing over there. There we go. Alright, now this is one of the platforming sections, Brent. So we'll see if we can... And this is where I've died a few times just being stupid, so... Need to be on our P's and Q's there. Alright, no problem. But you got to be careful there still. You can easily make a wrong jump there. I've done it. Lots of lava in this dungeon.
Dude, I'd be dead. I'd be dead in this level already.
Dude, just kidding. What is going on?
Those turrets.
Well, this is once again why it pays to have the altar. You're gonna have to reincarnate here. What
That
just
escalated quickly. That escalated quickly.
Yeah. I was trying to do my special move. Wow.
You gotta get those archers. Can you throw that shield at those archers while you battle?
Can I do what?
Can you throw that shield at those turrets while you fight? To kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
soften them
It
up?
only hits them once though. I need to get that upgrade for my Damn it. Dude, did I just kill myself? Wow. Man. Leave it to me, man. I will show you the way not to play a game. I'm always good for that. I mean, we totally just messed up a good run here.
It's just one of those games where you're gonna have to learn as you go. I mean, you gotta get better at it. You gotta figure out how to handle large crowds.
Yeah.
What's the best way to approach those situations? Can you lure them away from those turrets? You know, what do you target first? I mean, you only have so much time to think this stuff through, and there's so much on the line. I mean, you have to start over if you choose forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, I like the running in this game. And sometimes you gotta look around your room and use your environment. So when you see some of those explosive barrels,
that was awesome how you took that guy out with that with that barrel. That was sweet.
Yeah. See, I only have 400 loot, so I'm not gonna be able to make an offer. They're just gonna reject it. I'm gonna lose all my money. Man, I can't believe I just messed up my extra life. These poison emitters here. Be careful around. Alright. These little mazes here. You'll see a lot of these pop up throughout the game. A lot of times there's items hidden all over the place here. You just gotta kind of systematically work your way across here.
I'm glad this game looks like it's got pretty tight controls, because, like I said, man, if this thing wasn't accurate, I'd be falling into this pit left and right and just turning the game off.
Yeah, the nice thing about these mazes is you can't fall in the lava here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you got those long bars you were talking about. Thank God.
Yeah.
It's like the bumper lanes at the bowling alley. You just run around, but you're not gonna fall. You're not gonna fall in the gutter. You're all right.
Yeah. Oh, got some other archer waiting for us here.
Looks like you can stop if you want and brew a potion that may or may not kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, these archers are just such a pain.
That's how you open that chest in the middle of combat.
Yeah. Because your weapon opens the chest, so as you're trying to, like, hit things, you're opening the chest.
You were really close to dying.
I know. What do we got here? Guess we'll consume a fish. Eat some pizza too.
I hope there's an enchantment where it steals life from enemies as you hit them. That'd be a pretty sweet enchantment to come up with.
There actually is a vampire potion that you can concoct.
Oh,
I drank one of those before. It was not good. Because it when you drink that potion, it reverses everything for you. So when you hit enemies, it takes your life away.
Really?
So yeah, don't drink the vampire potion when you come across it. Lots of bugs. A tree. Dude, I've fought more archers in these levels. Damn it. That's not what I was trying to do. Ugh. There he goes. Want that pizza that just fell. Of course, it fell in the lava, though. Jeez.
I want pizza right now, too.
What a coincidence.
Hashtag fat guy problem.
Oh, see that? See where it says there you need a hammer and axe to break this door?
Right.
There's a secret door in this room. It's over here somewhere. There it is. Alright.
That's awesome.
And you will see those around in some of these dungeons, so when you see that message, pay close attention because you've hit upon a secret wall. Alright, we need poison to get in here. Let me get my poison sword here. Oh man, lots of exploders. Oh jeez. Oh man, there's a monster in here too. Awesome. I'm gonna poison this thing and run. Did I seriously hit that? Oh. Alright, got him. Got some gauntlets for our trouble. Yeah, those monsters you find inside of chests. So, it's a nice little surprise for you.
It just seems like there's never a break in this game. Like you're just constantly on edge, on alert, you know, in a high state of alert. Just you never know what to expect, and that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't let up on you. Really got to build my loot up here to get another offer out to the gods.
You said you need about 1,000 to get to it?
Well, I already did my first offer, so I need about 2,000 to do another offer. Why does this look so far away? Yeah, see, this is one of those things where I could easily mess up. That's a tricky platforming section here. You've got to be careful at this section. Yeah, that's the thing. When those platforms come up, if you jump on them, they fall. So.
Ugh. I can't handle that pressure. I can't handle that stress.
There's the exit for this dungeon. Do I risk going back over here?
Yeah, this is your stream, man. I don't know how you're gonna be able to compose yourself if you go back over there and only to die.
We've got most of our stuff, and we're not sitting pretty in terms of our playthrough. So move on to the next depth here.
Yay!
Dun Dungeon depth 4.
Full disclosure, I'm kind of rooting for you to die just so the viewers can get a sense of that heartbreak and that crushed, that sense of failure.
I haven't had a great run so far, so it may be in the not too distant future. Ooh, a skill point to spend. This is a good time to up the vitality. Not only will we increase our hit points, but we will fully regain our health, which is nice.
There you go.
Now, if I was smart, I probably would have saved that until I really needed it. But I'm not smart, so I used it right now.
Well, you're doing it for the viewers to show them, because
Yeah.
obviously.
Once again, this is what you don't do when you're playing Brutal. No, I make the mistake so that you guys don't have to, you know.
What kind of service we provide here at Short
Yeah,
Pause?
I do it for the kids, man. Oh man, there are a lot of these guys. Whew. All right, I need to get some special move action here. Nothing like 5 orcs bearing down on you.
That special move did some damage, though.
Yeah.
That comes in handy against groups of enemies,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah, you need to utilize the ground shaker to as much as you can. And you can utilize that once you have an axe or a hammer weapon.
You can brew a lot of potions, man.
Yeah. I'm scared of those potions, man.
Wait, can you level? Did you level up again, or is that the previous level up?
Yeah, I leveled up.
Oh, okay.
That message is from a few minutes ago. Let's see, which way should we go here? So we'll go up here first. Oh, nice little platforming section. Alright, there.
I thought you leveled up again while you were in that skirmish, but that's your guy.
Jeez.
Do you do less
Orc.
damage if you're hungry? Is it like hurt your stamina or?
It hurts your ability to recharge stuff, like your mana recharges slower. I don't know if it affects how much damage you do, though. Not 100% sure on that. Alright, we're gonna tackle a raw fish and then a piece of pizza.
Is that
Breakfast
like
of
pizza with
champions around here.
anchovies? Pizza with anchovies.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize I could switch them right on here. Nice.
Also, if you tap the weapon you want and then tap the same weapon, it changes to the.
Yeah. It changes the
elements?
yeah, it changes the element you have enchanted on it. I didn't realize you could do that. Cool. I thought you had to go into the menu to switch it.
Pro tip.
Yeah,
For the hashtag for the kids. That's what you do this for, man.
for the kids. Ah, I hate that thing over there. Damn it. This thing does so much damage. Alright, armor, we need this. Man, I just hit 1,000 in the loot too. I'm not even close to being able to make an offer. Yeah. get these guys over here. I can blow them up on this thing. There we go. I hit him with that arcane magic and it turned him into those little insects, which are easy to kill. Doesn't always work out that way.
Right, sometimes they turn into big bulging orcs.
Yeah. Sometimes it goes the opposite direction. What is this now? Oh, jeez.
I love when you do that move after they attack. They stand there and just look dumbfounded, like with question marks over their heads. Like, where'd he go?
Yeah. Yeah, they've never seen slick moves like that, man. Ooh, I can make a bow and arrow now. It's exciting. Give me a little bit of range when I need it. Look at that. Fancy, fancy. Any enchantments for this thing? Nope. Alright, we will attach this to our... Oh, can't use bow and arrow yet. Haven't unlocked that skill. Dope.
It's gotta be one of those games that's just gotta be impossible to put down. I don't even want you to stop streaming this. Like, I want to keep watching this while you play, but at the same time I don't, because I want to play the damn thing and I know we still gotta wait a week. But
yeah, it's one of those things, man, where it's got that you know how dungeon crawlers can be addicting. It has that element to it.
Mm-hmm. I just like the fact that it's not one of those ones that you can beat in a couple hours. Like, this is going to require some investment of time and planning on your part and learning. And it just, I think that's fantastic. I mean, it's a cool approach to the roguelike, mixing roguelike and RPG elements. I mean, this is like a full-scale RPG adventure, but with roguelike elements and, a lot of consequences for mistakes. It's just a nice mixture of that.
Intense consequences for mistakes.
Consequences that could possibly kill your DualShock 4 controller.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, I can only imagine if I finally get to the bottom of this dungeon and I die, or there will be hell to pay.
That's why I want you to stream this again. Like, if you never beat it before that, I mean, hopefully you can beat it before that. But like, when you get your PlayStation VR and you get that PlayStation camera, we need to get a camera on every time you play these games like Brutal and Salt and Sanctuary and Fury, Super Meat Boy, all that stuff, so we can just catch that rage on camera. It would just make things much more enjoyable for the viewer. Not for you per se or your blood pressure, but for myself and everyone else that's watching. Obviously, we'll type encouraging things in the chat, but then we'll all laugh, by ourselves.
One of these days, I'm gonna play something that's not so damn hard, right? Like just a game I can just sit back and just relax.
Abzu, maybe? A very relaxing game, or maybe Wander. You should play Wander.
Nah, I think you've streamed enough of that for one lifetime.
Okay.
For one short pause lifetime. Yeah, my stomach's growling again. Man. I need to get some more food, man. I keep getting these pizza slices. They're just not throwing me a bone in terms of the food at all.
So they're not the filling pizza. It's like the Little Caesars pizza. It's not quite like the Big Jets deep dish.
Nah, dude, it's like those slices you get at the baseball game that you pay $4 for, and it like feeds a small child, and you're like, what the hell?
On the topic of pizza, not to pull away from the game, but pizza. I was actually a big fan of Sbarro pizza.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of people that picked those up and they're like, man, this is just like death on a plate. I thought Sbarro's pizza was so good. I was thinking about that the other day, probably more than I should have. Sbarro pizza is seriously one of my all-time favorites.
Really?
Oh man, when you had that little tray, they give you that little triangle tray to take it home in, and there'd be so much grease piled up in that tray. I would use the crust when I got down to it and soaked it up, and just ate it, dude. It was so good.
That's gross, dude.
Yeah, you can imagine why my doctor visits aren't usually very very positive.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Man, I tell you though, I had this pizza in when I was in Philadelphia a few weeks back. It was amazing.
What'd you get on it?
Well, that's the thing. They make this pizza and it's just cheese. They have one day a week that they put toppings on it, but it's just cheese, and they have like these you can put the crushed red pepper, the Parmesan, there's a few other different toppings you can add to it. But man, the crust and the cheese, it was so good, and they serve it to you in these giant slices. They give you 2 plates that the pizza sits across. It's one slice, but it sits across 2 plates. Like, that's how big it is. And it's just...
I'm assuming you fold it. Do you do the fold?
Yeah, you do the fold and eat. And it's incredible. It was incredible, man. It was so good. Like, I've been wanting some more of that pizza ever since I left there. So I'll be making a return visit next time I'm in town. It's called
You're gonna have to wrap this stream up because I'm gonna hit up Little Caesars before they close. They're right around the corner.
It's on the name of the place in Philly is Lorenzo's. If you live in Philadelphia, you've probably been there. Yeah, it's good as hell, man. Alright, past that. Let's see what's in here. Oh, this is a nice little platforming section here. Oh, look at these things waiting for me over here. Jeez. Yeah.
I can't help but wonder if this variance is you're talking about would be helpful here.
It probably would be.
Well, who needs those, right?
Yeah. I still got stuff to learn, right? Another orc.
Overrated.
Jeez. The other interesting thing about the archers is if you get other enemies between you and them, like, their arrows will hit them as well.
Oh, I just saw that. Yeah, actually, it hit that guy you were fighting, orc.
Yeah.
One of their arrows hit him as you said that. Archers take way too much. Too many hits. You guys are archers. You normally in games,
I know.
you get up close on an archer. You know, that's it. You got it.
Whew. Yeah, the archers in this game are a pain in the ass. And that's the other thing too, man. When the stakes are stacked against you, you can kind of slowly crawl your way out. Like we found one of those health trees that got us through a hump. We got a skill point that allowed us to purchase a health upgrade for our character. And now we're kind of slowly building up our loot here. We're up to 1,200. Once we get to 2,000, we'll be able to make another appeal to the altar, and get another life for our guy. So you're never out, even when it seems impossible.
You're rewarded. Yeah, you're rewarded just enough for your efforts. I mean, it's not going to hold your hand, but if you put in your time and you do due diligence to destroy everything on the screen, you're going to get rewarded with the XP needed to make an offer to the gods.
Yeah, and just like what we're doing in this level, like, we found the end of the level, but there was a couple rooms nearby that we hadn't explored. So coming down in here, I just pulled a whole bunch of loot out of those chests there. So I'm already up to 1,550. So I've just found $350 worth of loot just by coming down into this room. And that's gonna help us get closer to when we can make that offer.
Looks like your guy needs some pizza.
He does. Let's slap some raw fish and pizza. Anchovies, right?
There you go.
Alright. Oh, there's a door behind us, so we haven't went in here either. Yeah, and some of these dungeons get really elaborate, man. Like I said, as you get deeper and deeper into the dungeon, like the first few dungeons aren't too crazy, but they get pretty elaborate with all the different pathways and the secret rooms and all the different stuff that goes into these. It's pretty crazy. Like, you can spend a lot of time going through the rooms in here.
And it's, you have to. I mean, if you want to get enough loot to make an offer to the gods, it behooves you to go through and search every single room. I mean, that last level, you know, we left a couple of items on the table. We didn't go back and kill a couple things or items we left behind that probably would have helped us out. We'd probably be able to make an offering by now.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be diligent in your search for sure.
We're getting real close.
Alright, let's see what's over here. Oh, some more. There's another nice piece of loot there. Man. These rats and these small creatures jump on you and they're pretty irritating. Hey, you know, I've been pleasantly surprised by Brutal so far, and I wasn't sure what the game was gonna be like going into it. You know, we saw the trailers, and I always thought, you know, like we said, it looks really cool. But yeah, playing it, seeing how it runs and everything, it's been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and you know, seeing the trailer and you know is one thing, but you don't really get a whole lot of. There's not a whole lot. You don't get a good look at all the depth that the game has until you actually fire it up and watch somebody play it. I mean, the crafting system, the loot system. You have to eat. You build up your mana. You have a point system to apply perks and abilities to your character. I mean, based on what I saw in the trailer, there's way more depth in this game than I was anticipating. Like I said, my enthusiasm for this game was high. I want Tuesday to get here like now, damn it. Play this game. It's just, it's hard to look away, and like I'm totally envious that you get to play it right now, and I cannot wait for this game. It's just so much deeper than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I mean, you don't realize when you're watching the trailers for this game, and you think, okay, cool, it's a dungeon hack and slash game. Like these games are fun, but yeah, there's a lot of RPG elements, a lot of depth to be found in this game.
Combat's great. I mean, it's just awesome. All the abilities you can do. Like I said, I love sliding between the guy's legs and looking at the confused look on his face.
Yeah. Man, if we can find some loot in this room. There's an altar in this room that we've just found at the end of the mission here. But I don't think there's anything left to hit. Yeah, I've searched everything. Damn.
So close. What are you, 200 X or 200 loot away?
Yeah. 200 away from 2,000. That's our next milestone. In order to make an offer.
And now is the altar always at the end of the level, or
no.
Is it just randomly placed?
Yeah, just randomly placed. You never know when you're gonna run into it. Depends on what type of path you take. Let's see. The exits is where? Man, I went all on this path. I don't even remember where I was at with the exit. Oh, it's up there. Okay. I'm way over here. Oh, there's a tree here too. I left.
Does the tree replenish your hunger as well as your energy?
No. Unfortunately. am hungry again, aren't I? Damn. And they're being super stingy with the food on this run. Like, seriously. Made it through 5 levels.
Yo.
Oh, Brent, we've been going at this for a little over an hour now. We made it through 5 levels. I think the people have a good idea of what Brutal has to offer them. So we are.
I know. You know, I have an idea now, but it's definitely a lot more than I thought this game was going to be. That's why I'm thrilled that I got to see this game because, like I said, when you see the trailer, it's one thing. You watch somebody play it, you see all the different elements that are in play here, all the crafting, and like I said, everything we've already talked about. It's just, man, a spectacular. And for $11.99 right now on the PlayStation Store, $11.99.
Yeah, pre-order it.
Visually striking game. A good soundtrack, good combat, deep crafting system, RPG elements, procedurally generated levels. Jeez, for $13.99, that's tough to say no to.
Yeah, it's a well-crafted game. Like you can tell it's polished. They've spent time developing this game. It plays great. It feels great to play. Like you said, the music, the presentation, like everything's like really good in the game. Like they took their time and they really made the game that they wanted to make. And kudos to Stormcloud, not only, well, first and foremost for letting us get in on the ground floor of the game, be able to stream it, but they had an early embargo on it, so people can get an idea of what this game is all about. Because I think there was some of that mystery about this game. Like not a lot of people really knew what they were getting into. Not a lot of people got to see the depth that we showed on the stream tonight. So kudos to them for giving people a week early access to this game. So now you have an idea of what Brutal has to offer you, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited to get their hands on it now after seeing some of the streams and some of the videos that are out there now concerning this game. Like I said, it certainly caught me by surprise. I've had a great time with it so far. I'm going to continue playing it, see if I can somehow make it to the bottom of the dungeon. It seems so far away right now. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing. We'll have a full review on the site at some point in the near future here, of course, as we continue to work our way through Brutal. And there's other character classes too that we didn't get to play. The mage is the most unique class outside of that, so that's something I think you'll be interested to check out as well once you pick up your copy of the game, man.
Yeah, I mean, I completely forgot about that. I mean, I'm watching you play as a warrior, and there's other classes to choose from that probably offer different styles of play. Yeah. And I wonder, and that's why I'm so interested in streaming the cooperative experience or the cooperative plays, because I want to see what it's like. Picking pick a mage to go with the warrior. How can you work together? Yeah. How can having two different classes, improve your chances? I mean, that's an interesting thought, and that's something we'll look into. We'll stream. If we can't stream it due to bandwidth issues, we'll record it of us playing, via share play on the PlayStation 4 to give all of you a look at how the cooperative play, how it enhances the experience.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this in co-op. And like you said, that's probably the combo right there: the mage and the warrior. You got the guy who can attack from distance. You got the warrior who can kind of be the tank, take the things on head on, and maybe the mage can deal with some of these archers and some of these peripheral enemies that are a pain in the ass, I think that would be a good combo for sure.
Definitely.
The furthest I've got so far, I think, is level 8. The furthest I've got down in the dungeon. I've got a character on level 8 right now. He doesn't have an extra life, so I'm kind of hanging on by a thread on that one, seeing what I can do. Yeah, man, every time I get one of those extra lives, I'm thinking, like, all right, cool. Like, let's play really cautious. Let's, treat this extra life with the utmost care, because we don't know when we're going to be able to get another one of these. And I always do something stupid to mess it up. I either just falling in the pit. That's the stuff that really pisses me off the most. Like, just something that's so easy. Just jump on the platform. But, yeah, just making stupid mistakes. So don't make stupid mistakes when you get the extra lives, because you never know how much loot you're going to get or how few and far they're going to be between. So that's my pro tip of the evening. Brent, any final thoughts on Brutal before we get out of here?
If you got $11.99, sitting around, go pick this up. This looks rad. This looks really, really cool. And like I said, we're watching on a stream here. We're seeing a game at 30 frames. With this visual style, with this type of combat, I can only imagine how beautiful this game looks at 60 frames.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a strikingly visual game, and it's got so much to it. There's so much depth to it. It's just, I'm ready. I'm ready. I can't talk about it anymore. I've seen you play enough. I just want to play this game 1 week. It'll be on PlayStation 4. And I believe it comes to PC as well, correct?
Yeah, it is. It is coming. It is coming to PC. Not sure when it comes to PC. Do you know? Is it the same day?
I don't know offhand.
Okay. I think it's on the Play promotion first, and then it'll eventually make its way over to PC. I know the PC and Linux too, in development, and Mac.
Oh, wow.
So PC, Mac, Linux, all three PC platforms will be supported, as far as I know, with this game. So that's cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's gonna do it for the Brutal preview stream here. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, checking the game out with us, seeing what it's all about. Once again, part of the Play promotion, $11.99 if you pre-order right now. It's 20% off on a pre-order. It'll be out next Tuesday. We'll have a full review on the site, www.shortpause.com, sometime in the next few days, as I continue to explore every nook and cranny of this game and get a thorough review of it. Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the bottom. It's so far away right now. I just don't see it. But yeah, www.shortpause.com, at the Short Pause on Twitter. I'm Ben. That's Brent. Find me at Piccolo930 on Twitter. He's the dude 1979 on Twitter. Stormcloud Games, at Stormcloud Games on Twitter. Those guys obviously made a really cool game, so they will be on the radar in the near and present future.
And a special shout out to producer Richard Wood from Stormcloud Games. He's on Twitter, Retro Crumpet.
Awesome
he was
name.
the one that provided us with the code to this game, and we really appreciate him allowing us to stream it and talk about it and play it. It's just it's a great looking game, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So Richard, thank you again. Everyone that's watching, please go follow Retro Crumpet on Twitter. Good guy, loves gaming. He's always talking about it on Twitter, so definitely give him a follow.
Yeah, thanks to Richard. Awesome that we were able to link up with you. We're gracious that you were kind enough to give us a code for the game, and we can review it, cover it on the site. It's been a blast so far. Looking forward to playing more of it. Looking forward to getting to the co-op with Brent. So yeah, thanks to those guys. And make sure you're listening to our podcast, Short Pause Gaming Podcast, on SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, and of course iTunes. The latest episode up as of yesterday. Let's go listen to it. We talk all about the NX rumors that circulated last week. It was a good time.
Lots of Nintendo.
Yeah. So for Brent, once again, I'm Ben. We'll see you guys. What do we got going on this week, man? And anything streaming tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, I believe Frankie's gonna stream Gun. Is it Gun Gal?
Gal Gun.
Gal Gun.
Gal Gun.
Very
okay. The provocative
unique
on-rail shooter.
Provocative idea. We're still trying to figure out if we have to put an age gate on that thing.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, so Frankie will be streaming that. I'm sure we'll have quite an audience for that one. And then we actually just streamed earlier tonight the first episode of Batman, a Telltale series, Realm of Shadows, Episode 1. That's up on our YouTube channel right now. We streamed through the first episode. It is full of spoilers. It's unedited. It's from start to finish, the entire episode.
Did you play? Yeah, I was going to say, did you play through the whole episode?
I sure did. Went through the whole thing.
Cool.
Very cool game. Very cool game.
Looking forward to that one for sure. Once I get done with Brutal, that one's on the radar in the near future.
And then I think you're going to stream again Thursday night, correct?
Yeah. We'll pull up the Thursday Night Indie Spotlight, as we always do. It'll be here on our Twitch channel, Short Pause Live on Twitch. We'll stream Abzu, man. We'll give it the full Indie Spotlight treatment. Give it a full hour go. Play it, see what it's all about. Like I said, man, hearing great things about this game. I'm really looking forward to playing it. I'm happy that Matt Nava, I think that's his name. He was able to, he put in his time with that game company. He kind of struck out on his own, made his own game now, and with his company Giant Squid, and it's being very well received. So super happy for Matt Nava, and looking forward to playing Abzu, man. Looks like it's gonna be an absolute blast.
Yep.
So that's gonna do it, Brent.
Yeah,
thanks everybody
good
for
times,
tuning
man.
in.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to be here. Finally be on an episode. But I'll be in the chat room for Thursday night. I'll be pestering boys. I don't think there's anything about Abzu where I'll be able to give you any crap. I think this will be the relaxing game. You got Austrian wintry in your ear. This is the chill game you've been desperately craving for the Thursday night indie spotlight.
Yeah, that is a great soundtrack, man. I've heard some of it. It is spectacular. Austin Wintory. I mean, from Journey to the Banner Saga to Assassin's Creed to now Abzu. I mean, the guy just knocks it out of the park seemingly every time he gets behind the orchestra. So, kudos to him, man. Yeah, we'll fire up Abzu. It was fun to have you here, Brent. Hopefully we'll have you here more often. It's nice to be able to go back and forth with you on here. I think we should do this more often, man. I don't care if you're streaming or what. I'll hop in there with you, but it's nice to have a little dialogue going while I'm playing one of these games. I'm not gonna lie.
And I tell you, the only thing that sucks is I have to watch you play it, and I can't play it for a week.
Yeah.
It's not as fun. It's not as cool as you think, boys.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get one of these co-op things going, and it won't just be local only, so we'll be able to partake as a unit.
Sweet. Sounds good, man.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the website. We'll see you guys on the streams. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
See ya.